The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah! Go Cowboys! This is the Players Lounge, broadcasting live from Dallas Cowboys World Headquarters at the Star. Now, your hosts, Barry Church, Danny McCray, Heckma Harrison, and Newy Scruggs.
Players Lounge, January 12, 2023. Let's ride.
Let's ride.
Barry Church, Heckma Harrison, the national champion, Danny McCray. I'm Newy Scruggs. This show is presented by Tostitos. Get your Tostitos for Monday night's game between the Cowboys and Tampa Bay Buccaneers down there in Florida. I just left the locker room.
Tell us about it. How's it? What's the vibe? What's the vibe,
Here's
Newy?
what they think about you.
They get it.
Okay.
They get it.
Here's what they think about it.
You like that one?
I like that. Here's what they think about you.
That punk Ice Cube.
I like that.
They know what's up. They know what's up. I saw, and then I was walking back here. I saw, shout out to Coach McCarthy and Rob Davis, and saw your man Jalen Tolbert. He was in his crucial catch gear.
He got all the fresh
Got
gear
all the
now.
gear. He
You
got
know
all-
he's going to get that.
Everything. He got everything. So
Before it hit the market, he got it.
So saw him. I didn't get a chance to talk to him because I had to get over here real quick to start showing time. But
You weren't gonna talk to him.
No way. What are you saying?
Like you was gonna, so yeah, that's who you was gonna stop and talk to.
I mean, I'd already talked.
I was late, guys, because I had to talk to Jalen Tolbert.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
That won't happen.
We know.
Talked to Tyler Biotish. Talked to Gallup. Talked to JK in there. They just presented J-Ron Curse with the Good Guy Award for the media. To the media, the guy who goes, just easy to talk to, always. I mean, he's a fantastic soundbite. I mean, there's a guy who, I don't know if he has any media aspirations, but he definitely could do this.
Talk to CJ.
CJ was in there.
Okay.
How's Biotish feeling? Because to me, that's huge.
And that's
If
what
he can get in
I
there.
said. I said, young man, how you feeling? He says, I'm good.
You good to go?
I said, yeah, you're good to go. So he says he's good. And clearly, that's what you need. Ezekiel Elliott also talked to him. Ezekiel Elliott was asked about, missing Tyler. And Zeke went the route of, hey, Connor's a good player too, but, Tyler's a good, Tyler's good and we like it, but he was trying to protect Connor, McGovern at center. But clearly, when you think about it, offensive line, having Biotish gone, defensive end where you had Hankins, you had Van Der Esch, you're missing some guys. And people are looking at this team based off, not, in my opinion, counting that, hey, man, some of these injuries have piled up here along the way. I don't know about you guys, but I'm shocked at the amount of national people who are beating up the Cowboys without talking about there's no Anthony Brown. And I saw Anthony Brown on crutches going by. You don't have a Jordan. That stuff matters, guys. In my opinion, that stuff matters. And as you were losing people here this last month, they have not looked good, but they have a sense of we understand what we need to do going into the playoffs and facing Tom Brady. Go ahead, Danny.
How dare you? How dare you? So you finna say the injuries? The people in the national media now, today, are basing everything that they are talking about, for the most part, on the last 5-6 weeks of the season, but mainly on 26-6. I don't care who you missing. I don't care if Hank is missing, Van Der Esch missing, Biotish is missing. That's not the type of performance that you are to go and put up for your last season, your last game of the season when first round bye is up for grabs.
Correct.
And the NFC East is up for grabs. So, yes, I do understand that we missing some guys. If you still find a way to pull out and win those games without those guys, okay. But if you go out there and get beat by 20 by the Washington Commanders, who are sitting some players as well, and have a third-string quarterback in there by the name of Howell.
Sam Howell from North Carolina.
Never took a snap.
So I'm saying, so some of it to me is warranted. Of like, hey man, even if you're struggling like that of keeping your players healthy, let the game be close. You lose by field goal, we still gonna be like, they shouldn't have happened. But you go out there and you put that type of effort forward, and then say, all right, man, I don't know. Well, you can't say I don't know why they messing with us now, because you went out there. The last thing we saw of you was at 3:25 when that game kicked off. You looked like you was still on the bus.
Yeah. Oh, you gave him ammunition. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure. I'm not debating you on that. You gave him the ammunition to get criticized, but I don't know, Heck. Do you feel like the more the team gets criticized, the more they'll come out and play better? Because I know this. Whenever we sit around here and think there's a W, hey, got it done. Major Tuddy telling jokes.
They end up going.
So sorry, is this what we get? I mean, the Minnesota game. We were all worried about the Minnesota game. We never played a great game against Minnesota. So how do you see it?
I see it as you're going to have haters regardless if you are a Dallas Cowboy. If you're a Cowboy fan, whatever, you should expect to hate. You shouldn't expect anyone to find anything good about your franchise to tell you every Monday morning, hey, guys, you have a chance to win. They ain't going to tell you that. They get ratings. I love what you said once, man. You said, I know how the sausage is made. I've taken that, and I took that, and I made that mine because that's what they do. They make the sausage every day based off of the fact that you suck, your coach suck, your quarterback suck, and guess what? Y'all scary, and y'all gonna do Cowboy things, and y'all be back in the house, be back at home round one because that's what Cowboys do. So why even tune into that? Why even tune? It's the most abusive relationship every day. It's like calling in to somebody that's abusive and saying, you ain't going to find nobody like me. You're fat, you're ugly, you're knock-kneed, you're pigeon-toed. They not going to tell us nothing good about ourselves, man. I'm telling you. They not going to tell you, Newell, that you have an opportunity. They ain't going to tell you in every statistical category that matters in the Super Bowl era, you have an opportunity based off of Super Bowl winners that came before you. Just saying.
That's not fair.
Here's how
I'm not even on the other side of the meter. That ain't fair, bro. After we beat Cincinnati, everybody was on the Cowboys wagon. When Cooper Rush was in there,
because we didn't have a chance.
I'm saying he won those games. They said when Dak Prescott gets back, this team is a top 5 team.
Right.
After you beat Minnesota, what did they say about the Cowboys?
They had to be hush mouth.
No, they
had to shut up.
Were they speaking?
Danny, that's what they had to do.
Were they speaking positively about the Cowboys from when we beat Cincinnati?
Who?
The media until when you beat Minnesota.
We did go on the rankings, like the different rankings here, and they were in the top.
This is DallasCowboys.com. You're talking about ESPN. I think you're talking about which media we talking about? Just call somebody name.
National. We talking about national.
National media. I think he's talking like when you turn on the TV. You people are usually when we play bad beating up on us. But I'm saying it's not fair to say that every time, no matter what happens, they beat up on us. Because I remember at one time they were saying the Cowboys are the best team in the NFL and they poised to win.
Man,
the Super Bowl.
you know better than that, Danny McCray. You know better than that, Danny. What is you talking? Bro, you of all people know better than what you saying right now.
For 6 weeks, bro. When Cooper Rush was in there and they were figuring out a way to win those games, they were saying when Dak Prescott comes back, this team is poised to make a Super Bowl run. Did you not hear that when you turned the TV on? What they not talking about are the Dallas Cowboys.
We heard it.
A favorite to win the Super Bowl.
It's today, huh?
I'm just saying.
Okay, I got it.
I feel what you said. When it's really good, when the Cowboys do good, it's exaggerated. They are the best. And when we do bad, it's exaggerated. We the worst, but I don't think it's across the board like no matter what happens. You know what I'm saying? We just
going into that Cincinnati game, nobody gave us a snowball shot in hell of winning that game versus Cincinnati. We pulled it out. Hey, it came down to the wire. It was close. We needed a Maher last-minute kick to get it done. They'll show up again against New York. They'll get it. They'll get it against the Giants. You go in, you Peter roll the Giants. All right? You come right back then, you roll the Commanders. God dog it, they going to L.A. versus the Rams. Now they finna get it. This where the floor finna fall out. Guess what? You go into L.A. and you beat the brakes in undercarriage. Mm-hmm. Well, only thing that happened is this team shut the critics up. Because after the first game, even Newey was saying that it was time for the draft show. So don't act like
the quarterback got hurt.
No.
The quarterback got hurt.
Even you
gave up 152 yards rushing.
So what you talking about, Danny? You just made a point saying that's not fair.
No, I'm saying when we play bad and when we lose, yes, it is blown up, right? It's blown up. But when they win and they go on runs, people are not just sitting there saying, "Oh, they suck." No, people were picking them to win the Super Bowl or go to the Super Bowl. Is that not true?
I came in after the Houston show. After the Houston game.
No. That's not.
Wait a minute, dog. Wait a minute. Hold on, dog. You're confusing me right now.
Hey, man, if you listen to me, what games did I name? Did I say after Cincinnati, all the way up until Minnesota, after you beat Minnesota? AFC Invitational? Yeah, we all said, hey, man, we not sure. And that's when people started being like, I'm not really sure if this team in the way is it, because Dak started throwing an interception every game. Yeah, and your defense started getting ran on, and you're playing against backups to some extent, and you still weren't performing well. But in the middle of the season when that run was getting made, hey, man, everybody was, hey, Super Bowl Cowboys, man, they the best. Can't wait till Dak. Oh, Dak back 40-3, man. Look at that defense, man. Leading the league in sack, leading the league. Everybody was saying that.
No, they were saying we were in the NFC North Invitational then. That's when we were beating up on the Giants and the Lions. No, we were beating up on the Lions and the Bears, and it didn't matter. You know, remember that?
After Minnesota, bro. Minnesota had a better record.
I'm just trying to refresh your memory to take you back further.
My memory's fair. I remember watching the TV. I turned it on too. I was like, oh man, they talking about Super Bowl, man. I might go buy my ticket.
My bad.
I mean, go get me a ticket.
You ready to get some of this, Barry? Come on.
Y'all got it. Let's go.
Let's go. Barry, this is.
Hey man, I'm just saying. Hey, keep it real. Don't act like you ain't turned on the TV before. And they was talking about the Cowboys, the top 5 team in the league, power rankings, all this other stuff. And they were talking about they might be going to the Super Bowl because of the way this team was playing. I heard that from weeks on in. I heard it. But now I do hear. And when you go out there and play against Washington like that, I mean, shit, it's valid. I mean, shit, it's 20-6. 21 is what? Sticks.
Oh, you getting off the sticks then?
You
got past the
They
sticks.
1 point away from getting stick by Howell.
Rookie quarterback.
That same team
Never
beat
took
your
a snap.
boys, though.
Tar Heel.
Who my boys?
You know who your boys are.
I like Jalen. My boy. I like Jalen Hurts being a Texas guy.
Yeah, I was just saying, they beat your boy with your boy. So
That's cool. I mean, who
got a bye week? Your trap.
Who got a bye week? Who on bye this week?
Philly.
Oh, okay. Just checking.
The tasty cakes.
The
tasty cakes.
That's why he mad at Philly. Because he ate the tasty
It's playoff week. It's playoff week. That's why I'm mad. It's playoff week.
In one season, this man that had a tasty cake, everybody take all of us out to eat.
Man.
Just off the Eagles.
Something good gotta happen, dog.
I would hate him too.
Something good gotta happen.
We eat.
Something good gotta happen.
Hey man, and I'm about to. Hey man, and hey, listen, you and I about to be young team young buck no more, bro.
Wow,
he don't want to sit on the fence now. Just want to sit there and stir. He know what I'm saying is true.
Hey, I'm stirring. Nobody asked my opinion on it.
I did. I said, hey, church, what games were we talking about?
What I say, though?
Did you hear? You okay?
Did I say
said
national
it.
media?
Now you need your boy to tap in. Now you need. I'm over here.
Team Young Buck over here, bro. Nah, y'all old school.
Don't get all that. Oh, no.
Yeah.
No, you know I'm right.
We gonna see. We gonna see who right and who wrong, man. We gonna see.
I'm gonna just go.
We picking today? No, it's tomorrow.
tomorrow.
All right. Hold on. Let's get this thing rolling, man.
We know you ain't picking the Cowboys. We know you ain't.
No. I gotta study some more film.
You want to lay it down?
You're free. I gotta study some more
What
film.
just happened, Barry?
I'm not gonna stop it.
We picking today.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, dog.
Nah, we ain't gonna pick yet. We ain't gonna pick
I
it.
mean, we can do it.
I can't wait.
I'm ready.
I can't wait.
You ready?
We good. We gonna wait a little bit.
You have made your picks already, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, he made his picks already. That's
Yeah,
why he
make them in the paper.
Yeah.
we go.
What you say?
What you got?
Dallas to win and cover.
Oh.
Yeah.
In Tampa.
Yes.
Very
And
interesting.
I'm basing this on
Please, let's get into why.
I got to know.
they're getting beat up right now, and rightfully so after Washington, for sure. You're getting some people healthy. I think the more we dog these guys like this, I think they get galvanized by it. When you doubt them, that's why I think they come out and get it done. And Tampa has a problem scoring. I think they've got maybe, I can't remember the numbers because Rick Gosselin gave me the number of touchdowns. They just don't score a lot. I just feel like they go get this done this weekend. That's it.
Six points last week.
Do you think that defensive line revamps? Because that's going to be the key, in my opinion.
Got to stop the run.
You got to stop the run.
You have to stop the run, and you got to make them get the ball out quickly. And big to me, special teams is going to play a big part in this thing here. They're going to need to be very positive in that aspect. Turpin needs to be the all-pro guy that the NFLPA says he is.
All-pro.
They must win that phase. You must win that phase, and 4 cannot be the reason you get beat. I was hoping he talked today, so I got out here. That's why I came out the locker room. Was like, I want to hear from Dak, but they're like, nah, it's Wednesday. It's technically Wednesday, but even though it's Thursday, so he'll talk tomorrow on a Friday because Friday is going to be Thursday since they play on Monday. Right. I don't know how you guys live in that NFL world of all these different days that are not the day of the week it is. But anyway, that's why I went with the Cowboys to win this. Just faith.
Yeah, he can't even come
on that hopium.
He can't come
on that hopium.
Something tangible. Can you come up with something? He can't. He can't.
Like I said, man, we dog him so much. I just feel that you're gonna get whatever I say is good. Jacksonville, the AFC South. I mean, dude, I'm wrong. So now everybody's dumping on him. They're hearing it. Just coming out the locker room, I feel like they'll come out here and they'll go get this thing done.
Church, you picked Duval to win, didn't you?
I did. No, I should have.
Yeah,
You wanted to. You just had a gut.
I wasn't in on
you
the
didn't
show.
had a guts.
I wasn't on the show because I didn't want to hear y'all.
You could have texted in.
Well, I wasn't here.
He did text it in. He texted in the Cowboys.
Yes.
I wanted to be able to defend myself.
You didn't have a stone. You didn't have a stone.
I wasn't here.
It's okay.
Oh, I got them cojones,
No,
my
you
boy.
didn't.
I got the cojones.
No,
Anyway.
you didn't do it. You
When
didn't
it
do
comes
it.
down to it,
Please.
this game simply comes down offensively for this team, Dallas Cowboys. They got to protect the football. I mean, like you said, Ford cannot turn the ball over, and we got to find out can Kellen Moore get CeeDee the ball? Because those past couple of weeks, he's been doing an amazing job of moving that guy around the formation. Slot, he's on the outside, he's going in motion, so defenses can't pick up on him. If he can have a huge day against a secondary that's not too amazing for Tampa, the secondary is not the greatest of all time, I think they got a shot. I mean, if we're looking at Tampa Bay's run defense, they're ranked, I think, 16th in the league. They give up 120 yards on the ground. Right. Y'all not telling me, Zeke and Pollard, they can get that job done? I mean, they can get this thing going in the right direction. Am I picking the Cowboys? I don't know, not quite yet. But they got a chance out there. There's some positives that go along with this as long as they protect the football.
We'll take a break. We'll come back. I'll give you my score.
Oh, man. He said, what's the spread on that thing?
It was like 2.5.
Okay, so it's going to be a close
2.5. Barry Church, Heckman Harris, and Danny McCray. I'm Newey Scruggs. It's a media match brought to you by Tostitos right here. This is the
Players Lounge right now.
Media matches after.
Hey, hell, not bad.
Hey, man.
I can't believe what I just heard.
Somebody come get him.
Man, what in the...
We're going to break.
Let's go to break.
Go to break right now. Go to break.
With Smoothie King's original Angel Food and new Angel Food Slim without added sugar, you no longer have to choose between treating yourself and hitting your goals this summer. You don't have to choose between great taste and feeling great. Because at Smoothie King, every blend is made with whole fruits and no syrups, so you can satisfy your cravings without compromise. The only choice you will need to make is which one is best for you. Try our classic Angel Food or the new Angel Food Slim, blended without added sugar. Smoothie King. Rule the day.
Attention Cowboys fans looking for the best shave of your life. There's a new official razor of the Dallas Cowboys, Shave Logic. Imagine not having to buy blades as often and getting more smooth shaves than your old razor, guaranteed or your money back. After more than 10 years of research and over 150 company patents, ShaveLogic is proud to offer Cowboys fans a special offer. For a limited time, visit ShaveLogic.com and get a free $10 gift card with your purchase. Go to ShaveLogic.com now for more smooth shaves guaranteed.
Nobody protects you from mayhem like Allstate. You hear that? I'm a torrential downpour. Torrential? What's that even mean? It means you can't see out of your windshield. And if you have the wrong car insurance, you might have to make it rain to fix your bumper. So switch to Allstate, save money, and be better protected from mayhem, like me.
Based on coverage and limits selected, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. In most states, prices vary based on how you buy. Allstate Bar and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
I'm Dak Prescott, quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys.
And they snap it to Prescott, who looks right. It's not there. He escapes left. He'll run for a first down.
Just like football, when it comes to crypto, it's important to have a team you can trust. With blockchain.com, I know I'm in good hands. Since 2011, they've been trusted by millions around the world to buy, sell, and trade cryptocurrency.
Prescott's going to run this himself. Run it up the middle, and he scores.
Whether you're new to crypto or an active trader, they've got you covered. What are you waiting for? Get started at blockchain.com.
Back to the Players Lounge.
It's playoff week and the boys need you, Cowboy Nation. Show your team pride and support the postseason with the best gear in the league. Head to the nearest pro shop or log on to shop.dallascowboys.com. A Fanatics experience, and let's get rowdy.
Thank you, Heckman Harrison.
That's
Rowdy.
me.
Danny McCray, Barry Church. I'm Newey Scruggs. This is the Players Lounge, brought to you by Tostitos right here on DallasCowboys.radio.
Welcome to the Players Lounge.
That's right. Welcome to the Players Lounge. 26-21 Cowboys win. Okay, that's what I'm going to go with right here. That these guys are hearing the negativity. They remember last year's embarrassing loss to San Francisco when a man going to come out with a boom box in your own stadium, first drive, make you go three and out, then they get the ball and they go right down your throat. I mean, they just punch you right in the mouth, and you get beat. I was asking some guys there, is that still there? And it was like, yeah, we remember it, and you want to erase it. You're not necessarily thinking about it, but you remember it. I just think there's a lot there that these guys have an understanding about. And I asked J-Ron Kurtz about Mike McCarthy and the job. So I got fooled this morning. I turned on my TV because I was watching the Texas TCU basketball game last night. And so, you know how you just, whatever you turn on last night, so Get Up was there. And they going in on McCarthy and Dak and everything. Like a fool, I sat there, and me and the dog sat there and watched it. Like, man, the guy won 12 games. You act like that's some back-to-back years. Like that happens around here a whole lot. It doesn't. And I asked Curse about it. He's like, hey, man, we love Coach Mike. And he says, we hear this stuff, but you know what? I'm not paying attention to it. We like our coach. And you guys you've been in that locker room, and you guys to this day, if I bring up your boy, you guys are ready. You guys are armed and ready to defend him. So
shout out to JG.
You got to take this into account. These are guys, as y'all know, we spend a lot of time around these guys. The coach and the player spends more time around each other probably than you do with your family while you're playing in the NFL. Yeah. You go to training camp. You got a 9 to 5. You won't travel. Like you were meeting at 7:30. First meeting's at 7:30. You get out of there at 4:30, and then you might go watch some more film, thinking about your coach and what he's gonna say to you. He's gonna ask you a question. Then you go through the whole week, and then you travel. You're on the plane with him. You play the game. You come back. You travel again. You sleep for a few hours. You get back up and do the same thing again for the entire time. So you spend a lot of time with these guys. So hopefully, if he's doing his job the correct way, you do have some type of respect and love for the guy. That's why I don't understand when people say, man, I can't stand my coach. I'm like, that dude must be.
Yeah, you got to be bad if you can't stand him.
When the whole locker room don't like you, you ain't the guy.
So there you go. That's my 26-21 Cowboys.
I get you.
I'll be there at the game.
And look, McCarthy's done. I think he's done a great job so far in his time here in Dallas. I think he's truly kind of turned this culture and his team into a winning environment. I mean, you lose your QB1, you lose your Hall of Fame tackle, and you still get these players up and get them going to the best of their ability. So I got to give him kudos to that. But in the same sense, as great as these accomplishments are, 12 back-to-back win seasons, Danny, you know how hard it is to win games in the National Football League. That's all well and good, but I'm sorry, until those wins translate to postseason success, I mean, 12 back-to-back, as good as that accomplishment is, it's going to fall on deaf ears. I mean, unless he starts transitioning those wins into playoff wins, it's just going to fall on deaf ears, man.
So my question around the room, if he's not the guy, where are you going? And where do you go and find people who can go out here and win 12 games in back-to-back? See, Jerry been hiring and firing folks for a minute.
That's true.
What have we seen? And for the Sean Payton crowd, I hear you, Sean Payton crowd. But when you break down Sean's record and you break down Mike's record as head coaches, they basically the same dude.
Yeah, one Super Bowl apiece.
And will a head coach really make the difference? Or do we start to say maybe it's the whole way this thing's run? And oh, by the way, can we talk about how bad that receiving core was that Mike McCarthy inherited around here that they gave him to start the season?
It was pretty bad.
You talking about the hopium. You talking about the hopium. Dennis Houston started against the Buccaneers, man. Dennis Houston.
You talking about this year?
This year that they gave him.
They kind of did that to themselves, though, right? By getting rid of Amari.
That's not the head coach, though. This is, you remember that press conference now? Jerry was on Cooper. Jerry basically, the way he talked about Cooper and Collins, he basically just poured salt on these dudes.
So Mike McCarthy didn't have anything to do with James Washington coming here?
Man,
you don't think they was like, hey, man, you think what can you do with this guy? And he didn't say, I think I could make this guy a player.
Or using a top 100 pick on a guy that hasn't cracked the lineup. I'm talking about Tolbert.
Okay, that's a good question. Because here's why I don't necessarily put it on him. Because I go back to when Jason Garrett was here and they had Sanjay Lal as a receiver coach, and they brought in that one dude from Buffalo. I can't even remember his name. He was so average. And then there was Alan Hearns. I mean, they've been known around here to try to shop at Dollar General, trying to pass off a receiver like he going to be okay for you. James Washington, Steven was like, Washington, like, Steven, he couldn't even spit out the words. He was just trying to cover it. But they did this to themselves. But, I mean, as a coach, and they're guarding the cap because remember we got cap money. So this is what they gave him, and he tried to work with it, and then Gallup's coming back, and That didn't translate as quickly as they initially told us. Jalen Tolbert didn't come to play that we thought he was going to be. I mean, so along the way, as the head coach, you got to go out here with this stuff. And it took CeeDee Lamb a minute. Owner got to come out on the radio. We got to be number one. That stuff, we don't talk about it enough in terms of you had to coach it, go through it, figure it out. They get 12 wins. It's not easy, man. And I get people that Cowboy frustrated, it's not good enough. You're going to make Mike McCarthy die for everybody else's sins. But heck, man, this doesn't happen around here a lot.
Well, you think about what he overcame, though, and that's why I echo what you just said. I thought that was dead on. Nothing is going to satisfy anybody until he actually wins in the postseason. You can talk all you want to about Dak getting injured, starting a rookie left tackle who you played primarily at guard through summer camp and all of that, and obviously losing Terrence Steele, having to go all of the adversity that he's faced as a coach, and having to maneuver through this season to end up as a 12-5 season. At a 12-5 season, I liken it to the COVID year. With all of the things they went 6-10 in his first season. But then you think of the adversity that he had faced this year. I mean, come on, man. That's a lot to try and overcome. And by the way, finished 12-5. The only thing that would have been better is winning the NFC East. Maybe. He did it last year, but even still last year, that didn't save people from starting this year off by saying, hey, let's get Sean Payton in here. Yeah. So he should expect that. He should expect that. And ever since he had, nachos and beer at Jerry's house, Jerry told him. No, you may not know, you might not want this, because it comes with the territory, and it doesn't matter who they bring in after him. If he doesn't win in the postseason, those question marks are going to remain. Mike McCarthy has his destiny in his hands with this team. Win in the postseason, all of those things don't necessarily go away, but nobody's talking about your job for this season.
Right, and that is why he was brought here. Over Jason Garrett. Okay, you go and win some postseason games, and that's what they want from him, and I get it. But when people talk about trying to fire a guy, I'm just like, okay, well, who do you go hire? It can go south a lot quicker than you think. Look at Denver. They were all done with Vic Fangio. They tired of him. They all just all defense, no scoring. Oh, okay. What you got now?
Yeah.
No draft picks. Fired your coach. That thing's a mess in Denver. So
I gave him a B+. I'm not trying to fire him.
Yeah.
But we do all understand that if you go out there and you lay an egg, that conversation it will be had. Just based off of the conversation that I know Monday morning quarterback last year, Jerry, and everybody was upset after you go out there and you have that performance against San Francisco. But the words were said. The intention is there of like, hey, man, we need to – I believe that this team is built to win a game in the playoffs, and that's minimum. To go to the NFC Championship and possibly compete for that win to get to the Super Bowl. That is the expectation around here. 12-5 is great. It's always going to be great. I'm not trying to fire a guy for being 12-5. Mm-hmm. But you can't end it off with this skid that you just had where you go, because that's what people going to remember. 26-6, next game, what did you do the next game? So did you fall off at the end of the season, or did you find a way to have your team ready to go into the playoffs and prepare to compete and make a run like we asked you to?
Old school reference here, Heck, because these two don't remember because they weren't born.
What you talking about, man?
It's in Purple Rain.
Well, yeah, I wasn't
Billy the club owner looks at the kid, played by Prince, he said, better kick your ass tomorrow night else, kid. Basically let him know. And he's like, I got room for 3 groups. I don't need 4. Yeah. And so, man, come out there, stepped up, played Purple Rain.
That was that for that on that.
Let everybody cry.
The legend was born.
Walked out. Crowd was chanting, came back. Then did
was it Darling?
I Would Die For You.
Yeah,
and then he finished it with Baby I'm a Star. Yeah. So that's what you got to do. You got to have a performance like that, man.
I got a question for you, though. Most likely, if this thing goes south against Tampa, not to be here next year because of the Joneses and not because of another job opportunity, Mike McCarthy or Kellen Moore?
I'm saying Kellen Moore. You said not because of the.
Yes, most likely not. So who do you think who pays? Who pays for this? If you fall off, when we're saying Mike McCarthy went 12-5, you ain't firing the coach that went back-to-back 12 game seasons. Is there a chance that you say, all right, well, fine, we're finally, like I've been asking for the last 2 years, going to let Mike McCarthy run the offense and be the offensive coordinator and call plays.
Kellen Moore could be the head coach of Carolina Panthers.
Yeah, that's the theory. I'm saying
he could fall forward.
Who pays for it is what I'm asking.
As frustrating as Kellen Moore can be at times, I mean,
if Dan Quinn becomes a head coach for the Broncos or Indianapolis, and Kellen Moore becomes the head coach of Carolina Panthers, then it's really
got to stay here.
There's no you got no choice. It's great stuff. So I think so much is. Tuesday we may have a better clear thought about it. Because I think either way, I think if you win Monday night, come Tuesday, that just Kellen Moore stock goes up. Dan Quinn's I don't think there's any issue with Dan Quinn's stock. Right, he's good regardless. And if they, all right, let's say they lose 31-30, you score 30 points in the playoffs, Kellen Moore is going to be okay. And I've said this consistently. Kellen Moore fits what these owners want.
High-scoring offense.
He's a young white play caller in the game, and they produce a lot of points. These guys get hired. For some reason, maybe it's because he wasn't next to Sean McVay, he hasn't gotten his shot. But guys like him get a job, man. And once again, here's this hiring cycle, and already somebody's calling for him. So at some point in time, man, he's going to get a job. If Nick Sirianni can get a job and KOC can get a job in Minnesota and Zach Taylor, isn't Kellen Moore the same thing?
Yeah, I just been playing with the guy, being a guy's teammate. It's just hard for me to see him in that role. Like he checks all the boxes. Like you just said, he checks every single one. But being in that locker room, you was in that locker room with him as well. You understand what I'm getting at? The guy, I just don't see him being that leader of men. Like, let's galvanize the troops. Let's get out here and get ready each and every week. I don't know. I don't see it.
That guy in Miami.
He's a different kind of guy.
That's the guy you look at and you say, I don't. He's giving me the pep talk. I'm like, because I don't know him, but if I'm watching, I'm like, I don't know.
If he lands on a team like that where you got weapons everywhere, then I think it makes it a little bit easier. Yeah. But if it's like, Carolina where he got to go out there and galvanize these guys, I don't see it.
This is just me, and I want to say it's a necessary problem. Here's where I think your thinking is wrong. You're thinking like players. You got to think like an owner. These dudes are different. They ain't playing no ball. They don't think like that. They're going to be impressed by what they want is, can this guy lead my franchise? He's calling. And what does the group think my other owners do? This is what they're doing. So I hear what you're saying because I had a scout with the team. I was like, I don't know if this dude can stand up in a room with a whole bunch of people and go get the job done. But owners don't think like that, man.
No, I get what you're saying, and you're saying leader of men. Does he have the presence as a head coach? And knowing him personally, you're saying no, he doesn't. That's why I look at a guy like Dan Campbell out in Detroit. First time I saw that guy in front of that team, I said they're gonna win because of him, because of the way that he prepared, the way that he talks to them, like all those crazy antics. Seeing your coach out there in the heat of the summer running and doing that, like that. Teams get behind that, It seems like the little smallest thing, but that will make a guy say, I'll run through a wall for that dude.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
They were saying that about Hackett in Denver. They were just saying, hey, man, this guy, he's in tune with the players because they were like, Big Fangio was too hard on him. That this guy's in tune with him. He was wearing so-and-so's T-shirt.
But that's an unfair comparison between who I'm talking about. Hackett was
but I'm just saying
over his head.
But when that happened, that's what they were about. And then you had Nick Sirianni. Up there in Philadelphia doing some of the same things. So
and he didn't take it first. Think about how when everybody thought Nick Sirianni was a crackpot. They didn't think, man, who's this guy?
He wore that shirt.
Yeah, everybody thought this guy was out of his noodle, and then all of a sudden here he comes. He has his team ready to play. He looks like an offensive genius all of a sudden.
Yeah, so I just think it's
an MVP quarterback.
That's a lie.
Yes, it is. It's interesting. We cut a lot of way. Let's take a break.
Cap.
Our final break right here on the Players Lounge. Brought to you by Tostitos. It's DallasCowboys.com radio.
Nobody protects you from mayhem like Allstate. You hear that? I'm a torrential downpour. Torrential? What's that even mean? It means you can't see out of your windshield. And if you have the wrong car insurance, you might have to make it rain to fix your bumper. So switch to Allstate, save money, and be better protected from mayhem, like me.
Based on coverage and limits selected, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. In most states, prices vary based on how you buy. Allstate Bar and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
I'm Dak Prescott, quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys.
And they snap it to Prescott, who looks right. It's not there. He escapes left. He'll run for a first down.
Just like football, when it comes to crypto, it's important to have a team you can trust. With blockchain.com, I know I'm in good hands. Since 2011, they've been trusted by millions around the world to buy, sell, and trade cryptocurrency.
Prescott's going to run this himself. Run it up the middle, and he scores.
Whether you're new to crypto or an active trader, they've got you covered. What are you waiting for? Get started at blockchain.com.
Want to use what the pros use? How about the official men's skincare brand of the Dallas Cowboys, Jack Black? Right now, you can get the Jack Black Starter, a curated collection of Cowboys locker room favorites for just $10 with free shipping. The starter includes 4 Jack Black skincare favorites, plus a full-sized intense therapy lip balm. Go to getjackblack.com/Cowboys and use the code word TEAMJB. That's getjackblack.com/Cowboys. The Jack Black Starter, $10, free shipping.
With Smoothie King's original Angel Food and new Angel Food Slim without added sugar, you no longer have to choose between treating yourself and hitting your goals this summer. You don't have to choose between great taste and feeling great. Because at Smoothie King, every blend is made with whole fruits and no syrups, so you can satisfy your cravings without compromise. The only choice you will need to make is which one is best for you. Try our classic Angel Food or the new Angel Food Slim, blended without added sugar. Smoothie King, rule the day.
Back to the Players Lounge.
Dak Prescott and your Cowboys are headed to Tampa Bay to take on Tom Brady and the Buccaneers in the wildcard round of the 2022 NFL playoffs. Come out to Miller Litehouse at AT&T Stadium for a free wildcard watch party on Monday, January 16th. Cheer on the boys alongside the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders and rowdy while enjoying lawn games, food trucks, music, and more. Gates open at 5:30 p.m. and kick off at 7:15. For more information, visit DallasCowboys.com/2022 playoffs. That boy good.
You gonna be there? You gonna be out there?
Nah, I'm be at the crib. I got to be in my own element, dog.
That's one of them you got. You watch it with the family, or is it like
we watch it in separate rooms?
Oh, so everybody.
Yeah, we're in separate rooms. You watch where you are.
Okay.
In the living room, and then there's the man cave. You just
Are they invited into the man cave?
It's bad juju.
Okay, all right.
I feel
we don't switch rooms. You stay where you are. You don't come in. No, Jack. We don't get down like that.
I was in LA and people were asking me, "Hey, you're from here," even though I'm not. No, you're from here. Where can we go watch the game, Cowboy game? Like, I don't know. And I keep trying to remember. I don't go to sports bars. I don't like sports bars. I don't want to watch the game with you. I don't want to watch the game for a whole bunch of people. That's just me. I don't want to do that.
It's crazy. It's
so
crazy.
People in LA they assumed that you was from LA?
No, the people who are TCU folks who are in town and the media people. Well, yeah, people assume because I came from Los Angeles here.
Hollywood.
People assume that's where you're from.
Hollywood knew it.
So they if I ask Newey, then he tell me to go somewhere. Then that means it's a good spot because you in tune with the city.
I mean, I'll know a couple good spots just because I live there, and and any town I go to, normally we go hit a couple spots that usually is diner, drive-ins, and dives. So I'll know a couple places just because from other people. But when I worked in Los Angeles, people assumed I was from Cleveland because that was the last place I worked. So they thought, "You're from Cleveland." I'm like, "Nah, bro, I ain't from Cleveland."
You don't want them parts.
No, I was just like, no. I was like, no. I stayed there 2 winters. I mean, I really didn't know a whole. I mean, I knew a little bit, but I didn't know a lot because when you don't stay there for 2 winters, like 14 months, you don't really know a whole lot about the area as much. But I just knew the Browns left, and so did I. That was it.
Get up out of there.
No, as soon as I call my agent, hey man, they leaving. I need to go too.
Get up out these winners.
Right? Well, I mean, look, you don't want to live in a town. I mean, that whole town's football. You don't want to live in a town without no football.
Yeah.
And it was just baseball and basketball. So, and they had 2 playoff teams in baseball and basketball, but it was like, nah, man, it was about football over there. Offensive line. Tyler Biadasz is coming back at center.
That's huge.
Can we have some hope here?
What?
On the offensive line now.
Yeah, I think that'll.
You all ran down boy Tyron Smith. The way they ran him down on Meaty Mash.
Tyron Smith?
Yes, they ran Tyron Smith down on.
What? So was that an accurate quote? What McCarthy said about him about wiping? McCarthy said that?
Other hand.
Yes.
I
mean, McCarthy said that, right?
Yeah,
okay, because I don't want to be.
McCarthy said it. There was another offensive lineman who spoke about it as well. But, yes.
It's hard to do, but they were talking specifically about run blocking at that point. So, I mean, if if this time has gotten him better, and then Biadasz comes back, and then we can become a cohesive enough group to then get the run game back on track, then hell yeah, I got some hope in him, because I'm still leaning on if we can find a way to play solid defense. Solid defense. It don't even have to be great, because I know we have a disadvantage over there at our left corner spot. But solid defense, stick to the running game, protect the ball, then we got a chance to beat anybody. I still do believe that. But we have not played solid defense. To me, we have not protected the ball, and our run game has not been working. So if Biadasz coming back helps us get back into that groove of being able to do Thunder, Lightning, Ezekiel Elliott, and Tony Pollard, absolutely, I'm good with that. Then my hopium is high.
Okay.
Well, they better figure out, how to stop Vita Vea. All right, because that man right there is a game wrecker. All right, I understand what Biadasz brings to the table. McGovern on his left side, maybe they can double team and get, but they better figure out how to move that man. We talk about the run game, and better be able to pass protect against that guy, because he game wrecked us the first time. All right, he was in the back. He lived in the backfield. He made life hard for Dak Prescott out there. So the middle of that offensive line, I'm not worried about Zach Martin. I'm not worried about not Terrence Steele, but Tyron Smith. I like Tyler. He's grabby, but I like what he's going on. But the middle right there, that center and that guard combo against Vita Vea, because they're not going to put Vita on Zach Martin. They're not going to want that back and forth battle. They want the easiest way, the least path of resistance, and it's between one of those two guys. So they better figure out how to handle him before they get going on anything else.
I mean, offensive line is going to be pivotal. Although Steele had a bad penalty game versus the Bucks, he was in the run game. He was like that, For Tyler Smith, I'm looking forward to his rematch in this game, because I've seen him 3 games. I think that I look at his rookie season to say those were bad games for him, and the Bucks game was bad. Shaq Barrett baptized him, welcome to the NFL, and then after that, Aaron Donald baptized him, welcome to the NFL, and then his matchup with Thibodeau from the Giants. Those were 3 matchups that I think that I go back and say, boy, those were rough outs. But then you've seen him progressively get better as the season has gone on. Nobody's talked about him moving from tackle to guard and how he's looked. And dude is a mauler. I mean, he does a lot of great things. So when I think about Vita Vea and what his impact is going to be in this game, having if Biadasz is back. I mean, they say he's going to be back, but just at the same time, timeout's being called.
What's going on? 30-second.
Vita Vea didn't practice today. Was a little bit limited today. He got a calf injury.
Oh, that is
so
true.
They got some dudes over here who banged up. So
I hope you're going on, huh?
And I'm selling it. It's a hood holiday.
Buy for 15.
He just handed it out.
Go ahead, man.
Go ahead. Let me get you.
B.O.G.O.
I just hear that. I believe I can fly. I believe I can fly.
5 for 10 on the white tees.
He off the chain, dog.
Vita Vea? Oh, yeah.
It's all right.
But it's still, I've always been, and I don't know about you guys, how you feel about high ankle sprains. I've never seen a guy just return from a high ankle sprain to be good. It's always been limited. So,
I don't play defensive tackle, but I did have a hell of a game after I got a high ankle sprain.
Oh, word?
I was just on special teams. They were shooting. They were poking my ankle.
Okay.
And I'm just.
I know you got experience with that.
No.
So
I ain't played defensive line. Bro.
Okay, cool.
It's not the same at all.
The report here is that Vita Vea had a brace on his calf.
So how effective can he be?
So they've had issues there. They've had issues. They had issues on the at center. I mean,
my boy, he with me now. Hey man, you still got that hope, Hey dog,
I need a 5 for 15.
He might have just switched his pick.
Hey,
depending on what happened tomorrow. They say
what else you got over there in the timeout? You got another timeout?
Got a 40 ounce of that hope. You got 40.
Yeah, I do.
Take it to Florida with me. Florida man, passing out the hopium in the parking lot.
Yes, sir.
You don't get no hope. You already made your pick. So
this hopium
is for us.
No, you're right. You're right.
This hopium for us.
It's for you. I'm
never enough.
I'm sold. I'm sold.
It's never enough.
That's right. I'm playing. I believe I can fly too while I'm high.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Serve him up.
Y'all better not get quiet on the group chat.
What you mean? Ain't nobody get quiet, dog. All I know is, man, I just wish I was somebody else during these times on the group chat. Why me, Lord?
I'll be there. I'll be there in Tampa. Just saying, oh boy, just checking the phone. Like, oh boy.
You're gonna be out there.
I just hope
you going to Tampa.
So
what's the spot you hit in Tampa when you go to? Is it Ybor City? Where do people go in Tampa? That's cool.
You know what? Last time I was in Tampa, I met with my boy Delatoro McNeil. He's a great public speaker. So we just met at a restaurant at the airport. He just went over a whole little thing and be about keynote speeches and stuff. So I really didn't go anywhere.
Okay.
So
this time go out and kill you, man.
I might. I gotta check with my man first. Because if my man got time, I'm gonna sit down here and tap into this knowledge that he's got for me. But and we went to a place in the city you named.
Ybor City.
We ended up at some kind of it was a bar based off diners, drive-ins, and dives, and it was okay. It was all right. It was kind of like that place you sent me to, Jacksonville. It was all right.
Flying Iguana.
It was all right. Maybe it's Florida. Maybe it's Florida. Outside of Joe's down there in Miami. You know, Miami, I got some spot, boy. Miami is good.
Miami got some spot. Yeah.
Miami
Joe's in Miami.
Yeah, Joe's Stone Crab, boy. Ooh,
yeah, I ain't never been.
What? That was when I had. That's when
Prime
I had.
112.
Prime 112.
Hill Prime 112.
Prime 112. Yeah.
I'm live, and I got a mean live story to tell y'all.
You going to the club
on Sunday?
Oh, man. Believe that. Believe that.
Look at him.
Yeah. You know where he's at on Monday, too. You know where he's at on
Hey.
I want you to bring that.
I ain't say that.
Barry.
I ain't say that.
Hold on, Barry. That's Barry Church.
Bring that same energy tonight, will you?
Yeah, I will.
Bring that same energy tonight.
You ain't saying nothing, man. Y'all won, man. I ate the taste of cake. I'm gonna take y'all to the night, man. Quit stunting on me, dog. We gonna win on Monday.
The Eagles making you pay. Nah, like 2 weeks from now. The Eagles are making you pay, though. Well, I tell you what, they're going to make you pay for all this slander.
Heckman's standing up, so now it's time to go. So,
Live on
for Barry
Sundays.
Church, Heckman Harris, and Danny McCray, I knew he screwed. This is the Players Lounge.
Boy, stop, boy.
And Tostitos, goodbye.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys?